What's good, YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, and we back at you again. Today, I want to talk about an up-and-coming bout this weekend, and I don't know what to expect. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Exhibition of 8 rounds. First off, I want to start out by saying I think the undercard is going to be immaculate. I think the undercard is going to have a lot of action on it. It's going to give us as YouTubers a lot of videos to cover and make. And I think it's going to be an exciting weekend of just boxing entertainment. I don't know what to expect. I really honestly do not know what to expect. I'm hoping for the best. And I'm not sure who's all on the undercard, but it's supposed to be a compact freaking extravaganza of an undercard. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But here's what I really want to talk about. I really want to talk about the main event. I want to talk about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Now, a lot of people are not excited about this fight. Now, me as a boxing fan, not just a casual, having a passion for boxing, I've grew up watching Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. More so Roy Jones Jr. because I got into boxing in the era that Roy Jones Jr. was like hot, y'all, like unbeatable at the time in his prime. So more so Roy. I knew about Mike Tyson when I was really, really young before I had a passion for boxing, but everybody knows Mike Tyson just like everybody knows Muhammad Ali. When you say boxing, those names pop into your head. So I really want to talk about what kind of shape is Mike Tyson in. All right, now this video is for people, and what I like to say, that done it, that done strapped up, that done had to go at a little boxing career, whether it's amateur or professional, that actually knows how it is physically and factually to get in the ring or what it takes to get in the ring and get ready for a fight. Because people who haven't done that will not understand what I'm about to say. More than likely will not understand what I'm about to say. What type of shape is Mike Tyson in? Because I believe I know what type of shape Roy Jones is in, okay? Roy Jones is 51, give or take. Roy Jones stopped fighting about 2 or 3 years ago. And he's actually training fighters at a gym. He's in there with them. He's moving around with them. He's actually sparring. There is footage of Roy Jones Jr. sparring another physical man with headgear, strapped up, throwing punches at him, leaning on him, sparring rounds. I have yet to see that from Mike Tyson. And every time I make a video about this, and I say this, there's always somebody in the comments says there's plenty of footage, of recent footage of Mike Tyson sparring. No, there is not. The only footage I see of Mike Tyson is on the body protector, hand mitts. The man holding the hand mitt has headgear on. But they're not sparring. All of that is for show. I'm talking about true grit sparring. You haven't seen that. So it kind of leads me to believe that, or leads me to say, is Mike Tyson in the shape that he's supposed to be in? Is he in fighting shape? Because he looks like $1 million. You got to understand, people can look like $1 million and not be in shape. Fighting shape. I know people who could run 6 miles easy. Get up and run 3 to 6 miles every freaking morning. Strap gloves on them and run hand mitts with them and see how they turn out. Dog tired, about to throw up. I know people who can do a lot of things physically in the gym. Put them on a heavy bag for 5 rounds. See if they make it. They can't make it. For people who don't understand and don't know, fighting shape is a different type of being in shape. Period. So, the closest thing you can get to sparring without actually sparring, in my opinion, is hand mitts. We've seen Mike Tyson do that. And he looks great. We don't know how many rounds he's doing that. We don't. I believe Roy Jones Jr. is doing that and more. Obviously, he has. It's factual. I've seen the footage. Now, I'm not here trying to come down on Mike. I'm just asking a question about what type of shape is he really in. He's lost a significant amount of weight. He looks like $1 million. He's 220, 215 pounds now. And he looks great. But is he in fighting shape? I honestly don't know. But this weekend we will find out. And a lot of people think Mike Tyson is going to be so much bigger and heavier than Roy Jones Jr. And I don't think that's the case. I think Roy Jones is going to come in over 200 pounds. It won't be well over 200 pounds. It'll be 210, 215, 205, 210, excuse me. 205, 210. Mike Tyson will be 215, 220. That's not a significant difference in weight. All right? And you got to understand this. I don't know how the fight is going to turn out. I don't know how to fight. If the fight is actually going to turn into a fight or if it's going to be competitive, I don't know. But in my eyes, watching interviews from these guys, especially Roy Jones is like, I'm ready for anything. So if he comes in and wants to pitter-pat, I'm ready for that. If he comes in roaring like a lion and charging me like a rhino, I'm ready for that too. But we don't know what we're going to get. Interviewers ask Mike Tyson, man, is this a fight? Tyson, I'm going to be fighting. Can you punch? Are you punching hard? He says, yeah, I'm punching pretty good. Make no mistake about it. Tyson says, when the bell rings, I'm on top of him. I mean, is this for show? Is it to sell the exhibition? I don't know. But I'm very intrigued with this. I was intrigued with this the first time I heard it. I didn't know whether or not if it was true. But the first time I heard it, I was intrigued with it. And a lot of people are not whatsoever. Legends Only League, I've been saying this for a while. Retired older fighters out of their prime wanting to get in shape and get in a ring and do an 8-round exhibition and make it a competitive exhibition. I think that it's great for charity, for them, for extra money, for our entertainment. Don't know if there's going to be a winner announced tonight. I don't believe it will be. But I'm intrigued for this. And I'm really intrigued to see what type of shape Mike Tyson is in. Because I really feel in my heart Roy Jones Jr. is in the shape that he is supposed to be in. But I'm not quite sure about Mike Tyson. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Just look at him, real talk. He looks like $1 million. How do you say he's not in shape? I'm not saying he's not in shape. I'm asking the question my question is Mike Tyson in fighting shape? That's my question. But whatever type of shape Mike Tyson's in, I will be there. Watching it, well, not physically there. I'm getting the pay-per-view and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it from the beginning to the end. There's going to be a ton of footage to cover. So us YouTubers are going to have a field day with this. Do you think Mike Tyson is in fighting shape? Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Just because you can run 5 miles don't mean you're in fighting shape. Just because you're a CrossFitter doesn't mean you're in fighting shape. Just because you can bench press 405 pounds don't mean you're in fighting shape. Fighting shape means training, bag work, jumping rope, sparring, mitt work, speed bag, running, cardiovascular, light, moderate weight training. It means all of that. But then again, this is Mike Tyson we're talking about. It's second nature. Now, I know myself, out of shape and fat, I can always spar 3 rounds. Whether I was dog tired at the end of that 3rd round, I can always spar 3 rounds. I'm in a shape now. I can give you guys an 8-round exhibition right now. That's the type of shape I am right now. But it's second nature for people who done it, as I like to say, strapped up and did it for a significant amount of time. So it's second nature to Mike. So Mike, if the fight goes 3 rounds, Mike can go 3 rounds out of shape, just as well as Roy Jones Jr. You know a fighter by the name of James Lights Out Toney? One of my top favorite. One of my top 5 favorite. You know James Toney, at a certain point in his career, he didn't do any road work. You know the only type of working out James Toney did was sparring and speed bag. He didn't believe in the heavy bag. He said when he went to gyms, he wanted to cut all the heavy bags down. And honestly, I understand what he's talking about, because the heavy bag can teach you to be flat-footed and stationary if you don't know how to work the heavy bag. I'm talking to boxers, real boxers right now. So if there's any boxers watching this video, you understand what I'm talking about. But it was so second nature to James Toney. James Toney could get in that ring looking like a fat Buddha and fight 12 rounds easy because it's second nature. That doesn't leave you when you're a boxer. You get in worse shape, but that nature, that second nature in you, you can fight to a certain point without gassing out because you have controlled aggression. You're not nervous in there. You're not tense. You understand what's coming at you. You understand what's about to happen. You know that you're eventually going to get hit in the face, and you're used to it. So with that saying, Mike Tyson has that. But is he in fighting shape to fight 8 rounds? Is he in boxing shape, people? Because I only see a certain amount of things, footage-wise, on the internet that Mike Tyson's doing. I have not seen no physical sparring whatsoever. But in any event, I'll be there watching the fight. What's your take on this? Never mind my opinion. What's yours? Comment below and let me know. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Feast, eat, be merry, spend time with your family, and be blessed. As always, respect all, fear none, and God bless. Real Talk Boxing. We gone.